Hello, everybody, and welcome to this video where today we are just going to look at this light. This is the star of the show. Just kidding. We're going to talk about speaking to our work, speaking to our art, listening to our art, and knowing when to walk away, and knowing when something is done and not overdoing it. Your art, whether it is your writing, your poetry, your prose, your paintings, your drawings, whatever, even if it's like you designing a room, like decorating a room, or putting makeup on, or like getting a haircut, or anything you do where you are creating something, because it's all art. Even if you're like making a sandwich, you're creating art because you are taking something that did not exist 5 minutes ago and you are breathing life into it. Okay? So, when we are doing this, this is an extension of us, right? This is a part of us. We listen to the muse, whether the muse is like a beautiful flower, hunger pains, tired of your stupid haircut, whatever the muse is, we listen to it, okay? And then we create something. As you're creating something, as you're doing the things, you need to be in constant communication with the thing it is that you're making. Whether it be you are just in a totally different plane and you're like one with the thing that you're making, to where it's like total tunnel vision and you don't hear, or like there's like no distractions because you are just like one with your piece. Or it could be something where you're doing something and then just ask it. Go like, what do you need? Like, what can I do? Like, what do you need from me right now? Like, what can we do? And this sounds kind of weird, and you're probably going to feel stupid if you've never done anything like this before, but just try it. And if you're going to ask the question, also be willing to listen, because a lot of times you will ask a question and something will be said back to you, at least in your head, to where you get like an intuition at this point of what to do next. And you're going to say to yourself, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, I don't think that's going to work. This might make things worse. Okay? So you're going to question this, and that's okay. That's expected, because you're now doing something that pushes you just a little farther than you would normally want to go. That's a good, beautiful thing. That's where the art happens. That's where, like, you're just going a little more than you want to. It's kind of like, I just heard this thing. David Bowie said, when you're out in the water and you go out to right where your feet can't touch anymore and you're kind of scared, that's where the magic happens. That's where something fun's about to happen. Okay? So use that if that's what you need to do. But you're going to ask, your work will nudge you into a direction. You're probably going to feel a little awkward about it. You might think it's not a great idea, but you're going to do it anyway. And then as you do it, you're going to start to fall in love. But here's the kicker. You have to continue contact with your piece. Okay? You can't just be like, oh, yeah, this is working out beautifully. Now I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. Okay? Have a back and forth. Like, if your piece says, I want you to do this, and you're like, okay, I really want to do this thing though too. Can this work together? Can we compromise here? Like, you want me to do this, I want to do this. Can we make this work? Should I try both? Should I do both or should I do a little bit of each? Have these conversations. Now, this is where we're going to start getting into some like super deep fucking metaphysical shit here. But hear me out. As long as you don't feel like you're schizophrenic or bipolar, and even if you do, this still might be a little bit fun. But, talk to your therapist about this and make sure this is something that they think it's okay for you to do. If there are artists of the past, whatever the medium, okay? Poets, writers, photographers, filmmakers, philosophers, if you want to get super fucking in the weeds with it, okay? As you're doing these things, ask. Ask one of these people that you have looked up to. Ask one of these people who have inspired you, okay? Ask them what they think should happen next. Ask them what they think about a piece of yours. Okay? And listen to what they have to say. And don't talk to them like you're begging for acceptance. Talk to them as a peer, because you are a peer of theirs. Okay? You've already passed the test. You are an artist. You are a poet. You are a painter. You are an illustrator. You are a sculptor. You are a photographer. You are a filmmaker. You are an artist. Okay? You're already in the club. You don't need to seek approval. You're talking to a peer, asking them what they think about something you're doing. Okay? Now, here's the other thing about this. If you think I'm crazy right now, so be it, whatever. But let me try to explain this into a level that makes your brain work a little bit more. Okay? Since I've been on a bit of a Rothko kick, we're gonna do this. And not that this would ever happen in a million years, because I've actually never heard Rothko speak. And there's also videos of him talking, so I should actually probably watch this. But let's do this. You're painting, okay? You do this painting, and then you're like, I wonder what Rothko thinks about this painting. So you ask Rothko in, you invite Rothko in, and you say, Rothko, look at this painting. What do you think about this painting? He's going to look at it, and he's going to say, personally, I don't think it's complex enough in the layers of your paint. But also, you really need to thin those layers out, so as you sit those layers on top of each other, you can see the complexity through each color. But if you just put the paint on there like that, the paint's going to be so thick you won't be able to tell the complexity. You won't be able to see those colors blend. You won't be able to see the feathering off the brush. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do. And that's what Rothko would say. Okay? How do I know this? Because I know enough about his work that that's how he would do the things he did. So whether or not you believe Rothko came and talked to you, the fact that you know the things that Rothko would do to do his piece, it's almost like he's talking to you. So even if you don't want to believe that you could conjure up the artistic spirit of one of the greats, if you know enough about the way somebody does something, you can have a conversation with them. So let's say you're a poet and you're like, you know what? Hey, Bukowski. Hey, Hank. What do you think about this poem? First off, if you were ever going to ask a poet what they thought about a poem, I don't think it should be Bukowski, because he's going to hate almost everything you fucking show him, okay? Whether or not he really hates it or whether or not he just wants to be a fucking dick, he's going to say he doesn't like it, okay? So he's probably not the person to ask. But let's just say you caught him on a good day. He had a good day at the track in heaven, okay? Or hell, or wherever the fuck he is. And he says, who are you trying to prove that you're an intelligent person to? Why are you trying to gain approval? Why is this so convoluted? Simplify that line. This line, what is this line for? Like, are you afraid people don't think you're very smart? Gut that line. Simplify that. That's fucking stupid. That's a stupid line right there. Now, obviously, he sounded a little bit more like me because we know what Bukowski sounds like if you've been on this channel enough. And that sounded a little bit too much like the words come out of my mouth. But that's the idea. Like, you know what these greats do. You know what these greats are into. You know how they did their work. So even if you don't believe that you're actually conjuring up a dead spirit to tell you about your work, you know what they would say. Okay? So make a list of the people that you would bring back from the dead to talk to about your work and have conversations with. And then know that you're allowed to do this because you're their peers. Okay? You're not a silly little fan geeking out on something. You are creating art and you want their opinion on it. Okay? And just realize that everybody who makes art loves art and enjoyed art, and that's what got them into making the art. So they want to come look at your shit. Okay? So it's all right. So that was the Weird Monday motivational talk for the day. Get out your Ouija boards. No, you don't have to do that because you just have to speak out. Your artwork is a Ouija board enough. Your poem is a Ouija board enough. There is power in creation. Okay? So you got this. Type hard, everybody. Keep buying my books. Los Angeles, there's only like 3 copies left. So if you want it, let me know down below. When Your Mom Taught Me Price for Poetry and The End of Everything, I have copies of that left, as well as Panic, the chapbook of novella, the 4 novellas. So let me know. But those are only available until the end of this month. And once this month's over, those are going in the vault. MacArthur Park, that's gone. Okay? So I have no more of those. That's it. So if you want these, you have to get them because they are collector's items. They are signed, they are numbered, and once they're gone, they are gone. Okay? So let me know which ones you want. Send me an email, ihatemountwall@gmail.com, and we will get going. Okay, guys? So join the crew down below, and I will talk to you all later.